Hey songwriters, I'm going to share with you in this video the easiest way to write a song. I've written well over 1,000 myself. I've helped over 3,500 songwriters with their methods to the process of songwriting, and I'm going to help you do that too. I've found a simple way to take the ideas out of your head, put them down on paper, and be able to write a song that captivates your listeners and helps you write great songs in record time. Now, my name's Danny Boyle. I'm the founder of Songwriters International. If you're a songwriter who wants to develop their craft, their lyrics, their melodies, structures and everything songwriting, then you're in the right place. If you haven't already, please consider dropping us a subscribe somewhere around this video. I've also dropped a completely free training for you on my 2-step songwriting process in the description below if you want to go ahead and register for that. But let me walk you through this. What is this method that I use? After trying every single way there is known to songwriters to write a song, I've started on piano, I've done guitar, I've tried out singing melodies, I've started with production, I've done instrumentals, you name it, I've tried it when songwriting. And there's one way that I found that is completely above all of those because it's simple, easy, helps you craft a song, like I say, in record time, but also to a better standard. So what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to break it down, I'm going to jump over to my computer and I'm going to walk you through the process and actually show you a real live example of me doing it so you can see how to implement it into your songwriting. Okay, so let's dive into this and let's walk you through what the planning and preparation stage is. Now, how we start the process is we start with something like a short quote or a 6-word story, a piece of headline news with a great headline news article at the top, or a short song title. Now, its purpose is to get creativity flowing. Okay, something that gives you that initial spark, that excitement to want to write the song. Something that you look at and you just want to get straight away into that songwriting process. Okay, this isn't melody, this isn't necessarily lyrics, this isn't chord progressions, this is just something short. Now, I've got some examples for you that I'm going to just bring up a little bit. So here's some 6-word stories. Okay, now you can go ahead and start searching these online. These are a great way to start the songwriting process. So we got things like waiting isn't my kind of habit, match made in heaven, ignited hell, still have her, just miss us, we kiss, I remember somebody else, I moved but my heart stayed, I crave you most before I sleep, and we're all trying to forget someone. Now, they are just 6-word stories, and we can take one of these and we could build on it from there. Okay, something, you might be reading one of them now and think, oh, that sounds great. And that's the purpose of what these are for. Now let's go into song titles and let's have a look at these. These are all song titles that I've gotten from looking. So things like Feels Like Gold, Expectations, Hidden Treasure, How Do You Like Me Now, Heaven's Devil, Isn't She Something, Jackpot, Jack of Hearts, Kiss 'Em and Leave 'Em, 1 O'Clock Call, Must Be Magic, Most Wanted. Right, again, the same purpose. These are just designed to get creativity flowing and give us that initial spark and excitement to want to write the song. Now, we have the idea, okay? So we've picked one of these ideas for this exercise. We must now figure out the story, and the way that we do that is through plan and preparation, or plan and prep for short. And I want to give you this analogy to really process what we're trying to get across here. So imagine you get in a car and you're driving to a new location. You've never been to that location before. You don't know how to get there. You don't know the directions. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go onto your mobile phone or go to your maps or a laptop, and you're going to figure out the journey that you need to take. A little bit like this. It's going to be that you need to go to this road, you need to turn left, and then you need to go straight, and then you're not going to carry on, you're going to turn right. Okay, and it's going to give you a clear sense of direction to how to get to your location that bit quicker and that little bit easier, shall we say. Now, songwriting is the same. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give ourselves a map of the song so that when we get to this part of the song, this is what we're trying to say. This is how we're trying to deliver it. Rather than just sitting there with a set of chords and a melody thinking, what do we want to say? Right? So we're trying to eliminate that. So what we're doing here is, like I say here, we are creating a map of our song to help us get to the end of that song that bit quicker and with more efficiency. So here's a real example that I've put together for you to share with this. So here's a plan and prep of one of the ideas that we've got before, which is Heaven's Devil, which is in here just there. Okay, so we've taken that out and we've popped that into here. So what we've done first of all is we're going to figure out the point of the song. Okay, what we're trying to find out here is, what are we actually trying to deliver in this song? Okay, a little bit like, what is the end destination of our journey? So what we're trying to do here is, it's all about wanting somebody and exploring a relationship with somebody. Okay, but that person has a bit of a reputation for being a bad boy or a bad girl, right? They like the attention and you don't want to be hurt, and you know this type of person could potentially hurt you, right? So now what we've done, we've figured out the overarching point of our song. Now we know what direction we want to take it in. But let's go a level deeper for a second. Let's figure out what verse 1's trying to say. So what if verse 1 is all about describing the initial attraction to that person? What was it that drew you in and hooked you? What was it specifically? Can you start saying that in your song? Was it the way that they looked? Was it the way that they moved? What was it specifically? And this can really help you create more imagery in your lyrics. Because as soon as you know what you want to say, then you can go about saying it in a far more creative way. Then again, if you have a pre-chorus with your structure, then you can go ahead and figure out what you want to say in this section. Okay, figure out what you want to say. So if you have a pre-chorus, you can go ahead and then deliver that. But a chorus, let's say for this song, it's saying this person is Heaven's Devil, and you don't want to play with fire because you'll only get burned. Okay, so that's the overarching point of the chorus. Then we can go a level deeper and we can figure out what verse 2 is trying to deliver. Well, it's watching this person and how they crave the attention. So they've got all of these eyes on them. In whatever scenario, in whatever setting, in whatever room, wherever, they just love the attention that they get. That's what makes them a bit of a bad boy or bad girl. And then the bridge could be a slight spin on it and saying, well, actually, they're willing to change their ways for you. All right, so it's like you're describing this person as they love all the attention and everything that comes with it, but they are actually willing to finally change their ways because they want to get serious with you. Okay? And now you could change it that this person is your Heaven's Devil. They're not anybody else's. Right? So it's a slight twist on the story. And those are the things that you can start to figure out just before you write that song. So you can get super, super clear. And like I say with this analogy, like driving that car and knowing where you're turning it, when you're turning it, to help the process. Now, just some things here. This does not need to be any more than a 10 to 20 minute exercise. Okay? It's just something at the start of the songwriting process to help you move along a little bit quicker. Okay? So I'm not asking you to sit here and do this for like 60, 90 minutes. It's a very short, quick concept to get you writing that song that little bit quicker. And here's the main reasons that we do that. Okay? The main reason we go and plan and prep. Number one is because we can then get clear on our own story in our own head. Right? Which is very important. We're going to also get clearer for the listener. They're going to be able to understand this song far easier. We're not going to repeat ourselves within the story. We're not going to say the same thing in verse 1 and then go and say the same thing in verse 2 because we know what we're trying to say, so we're not going to go and say it again. We're going to eliminate writer's block because writer's block is fundamentally where we don't know what we want to say. Okay, we hit a part of the song and we sit there and think, oh, what do we want to say now? So we're going to eliminate that. And finally, which is the big one, we're going to write songs quicker and much more easily. And may I add to this, you should be getting a better quality song overall. Okay? Because you've followed this, you've got a great story, the listener knows what's being delivered, you know what's being delivered, it's quicker and easier, and the quality out the other side should then only be stronger. And that's the reason I'm a big advocate and big supporter of the plan and prep process. Now, one final thing I want to add here. If you are a songwriter who likes to start the process with a guitar or a melody, or maybe it's production, then I'm not saying for you not to do that. Okay, go ahead and start your process however you would like to start it. But at some point in that songwriting process, go back and just take a second and go, before I end up going any further with this and get stuck, let me figure out the point of the song. Let me figure out what I'm trying to say. Let me figure out the section by section breakdown for this song. Because I guarantee it will help you in the songwriting process for all of the above reasons and more. And you will find them and discover that as you use this process. So go ahead, start doing this. Start filling out the plan of your song, the point of your song, and start to see how it helps the overall song and the delivery far simpler and easier for you as a songwriter. So there we have it. You know how to implement the plan and prep into your songwriting process. Plan out that idea that you get, a 6-word story, a quote, a headline news article, or anything else, or a song title. Take that and prepare it. What is the point of your song? What are you trying to say in each section of your song? It's going to dramatically propel you with your songs for the reasons that I've said in that breakdown. So go ahead, use it in your songwriting, see how you can implement it, and see how it changes the whole game for you and makes the songwriting process so much easier. Like I said, if you haven't already, please drop us a subscribe for more videos on this channel. I've also put a completely free training on my 2-step songwriting process in the description below, so you can go ahead and register for that. And I would love to see you over on our next video, so make sure you turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you over there.